Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 20. I hope everyone is good and everyone is having a lovely day so far. It's a lovely day in the United Kingdom at the moment. Closing on 20 degrees, mate. We're
Basically
privileged.
summer.
Yeah, and we're sat inside recording the podcast for you lot. So if that's not worthy of a like, I don't know what is.
Committed
Um,
to the cause. I will be sitting in the sun after this.
yeah. I just went for like an hour walk and I was like, this is lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, had to rush back and obviously get the podcast going. So this is just a standard episode today, as usual. It's just myself and Denny. I'm going to give a little bit of a rundown on how things are going, and then we've got a big Q&A to do because we've got quite a few questions today. So we'll try to crack on with that
Mhm.
sooner rather than later. But Denny, my man, closing in on 6 weeks out. How you
It's getting
feeling?
close. It's getting close. Pretty good. Again, touch wood. Don't want to tempt fate. I was actually speaking to someone in the gym earlier. I was like, "How you getting on?" I was like, "Okay, actually." Famous last words, I'm sure, but yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. So nothing too crazy. Obviously, digestion has taken a bit of a hit last couple of days. Which hilariously, from the last podcast, if anyone was listening, was talking about my hatred or my dislike for cream of rice versus oats, and I'm now eating cream of rice.
He's
So,
gone back on his
but
word.
I will say, I kind of half. I don't know whether it's because I'm just in prep and I just want food, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
What one did you go for?
The complete strength one, it's the only one they had, and I didn't want to wait for delivery, so I got chocolate and salted caramel, and I'm not a
Nice.
huge chocolate person when it comes to flavoring, so
It's not
it's
too
decent.
chocolatey though, is it? It's pretty like.
I mean, for me, it is like it's
Oh, really?
pretty, yeah. Like even like things like chocolate ice cream, I stay away from. Like this just doesn't do it for me.
Too much. Do you
Yeah.
like dark
So
chocolate?
what's that?
Do you like dark chocolate, like
Yeah,
90%?
yeah. I like that. It's 85 or 90 I get normally.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's actually pretty decent. And I don't know whether it's because the last one that I had was pretty shit and it didn't really volumize no matter how much water you put in it. I can put a decent amount. It's basically the same volume as oats. So
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like we'd be sticking to that. So
Yeah. I usually do like a 4-to-1 ratio of
yeah,
water to cream of rice.
yeah,
It turns out all right.
yeah. And worst case scenario, just chuck it in the microwave for a bit after, just
Yeah.
to
Yeah, exactly.
solid it up a bit. But
Saying
yeah,
that though, like when you have like overcooked cream of rice, it's horrible.
it's like sort of sandy almost, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the texture's just not nice.
Yeah,
I don't mind if it's a bit like cake texture, but
yeah.
if it gets to that like overcooked, like sticky slop
Yeah.
sand
Do you
texture,
have
then I'm
it?
like, nah.
Do you have it hot or cold?
Both.
Oh, okay.
So on the days I'm at work and I'm training, I'll prep it and I'll eat it cold. And then on weekends and on my last meal on a rest day, I'll have it warm.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it stay like that kind of firm-ish texture if you have it cold?
yeah,
Does it
yeah.
like
I
go
think it
slop?
actually like thickens up a little bit.
Okay.
Um,
I might do it tonight and chuck it in the fridge. See how
yeah.
it's.
So I think the flavor's better. It's just sometimes I like to eat it warm. I do
Yeah.
find it digests a little bit better when it's warm compared to
Okay.
cold, but that's just me. I've got a digestion of glass, so yeah. My
Yeah.
my digestion stack at the moment in the morning is 12 grams of Digest Max, 10 grams of glutamine, and
Do
10 grams
you
of creatine.
take? I'm assuming that's fasted when you
Yeah.
first take that. It is, yeah, yeah. Because I was looking into glutamine, and apparently its efficiency is not nearly as high if it's not fasted. I
Yeah.
don't know the exact science behind it, but yeah, so taking it fasted because I see a lot of people take it with like intro or just like at any time, and it's like you're probably not getting the full benefit out of it if you're
No,
having it
no.
later. I
I,
don't know
I
how
always find
much,
it's better on a fasted
yeah,
stomach.
I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but if you're looking to get the most out of it because you're taking it for that reason, so yeah. Same with a lot of supplements, to be fair. A lot of people just take them at the wrong time or not as they should, and you
Yeah.
just create expensive piss because
Yeah,
you're just pissing
literally.
it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that seems to be moving okay with that
yeah,
supplement stack in the morning. So
okay.
hopefully I keep it like that.
Yeah, I was watching some of the Big Kent's, Alex Kent's YouTube stuff, and he had his morning like digestion thing is like a whole concoction of just shit. It's like apple cider vinegar, L-glutamine, Digest Max, some other fucking God knows what else, and it's just like this swamp mix of shit.
Oh,
but apparently, and aloe vera apparently is good for
aloe vera is good.
it's good for
Is it Alpha Neon do a very good supplement stack where it has psyllium husk, aloe
yeah.
vera, and I think it might be glutamine as well, like in just one powder, and then
Oh,
that
good.
is very good.
Okay. Yeah.
But I quite like the taste of Digest Max. You've just got to mix it very quickly.
Isn't it vanilla?
Yeah,
The
vanilla
vanilla?
ones are
Yeah.
decent.
Okay.
But when I first got it, which was probably prep 2022, I shook it and left it. I think I went out for a walk and then I came back, and because the psyllium husk absorbs water, mate, it was horrible. It
It's like
was,
slime.
yeah, oh mate, it was jank, and I was like, okay, I know now. I need to make it and neck it. But yeah, yeah. So everything's going well with your prep then. 6 weeks out. Only
Yeah.
some little digestive issues. We made a
Yeah.
food
And like
adjustment
I've
today.
never really had any digestive issues really. I went through a bit of a phase before prep, didn't I? I think
Yeah,
that was just food quality more than anything, like just trying to get the food in.
yeah,
So yeah, hopefully it's just a bit of a one-off, but I have been consistently having oats, and I was reading into it a little bit, like you can essentially force a bit of a digestive issue if you are just rinsing the same food.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. You see a lot of it, like intolerances build up just from
yeah,
having the same things on a daily basis.
yeah, and
You see it a lot
it
with
was,
veg as well. Veg is a
yeah,
big one when people
yeah,
eat
like
this.
onions for me, I can't touch at all. Like it just bloats me to hell. Like it's almost instant as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
You just got to be
stay away.
careful and just be. I try and mix up my veg at the moment, so I'm like rotating asparagus, tender stem broccoli, spinach, and I'm just kind of mixing up the three,
Yeah,
because
I've
like
got
calorie
like
wise they're the same
a mixed veg, Monch twos or sugar snaps and tender stem.
yeah
That's my kind of go-to at the minute. All
stuff.
pretty, all pretty standard. And I'm lazy, and they're easy to prep.
They are, they are.
So,
I'll put my tender stem in the air fryer.
oh really?
Banging, banging.
Mine's just in a plastic pot, a little bit of water in the microwave,
Yeah.
in the
So
microwave.
steam
Done.
it and then put it in the air fryer and get it nice and crispy.
Crispy tender stem.
Unreal.
Just just completely butcher all the nutrients in it
Yeah,
by airing it out.
cremate it. Make it carcinogenic.
Yeah, it's just charcoal by that point. That'll help with your digestion. What about charcoal tabs?
Yeah, just
But
make
yeah,
piss out your ass.
what about you? How's your 90-week prep going?
Yeah, yeah, good to be fair. When did we do the last podcast? Last Saturday, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
that's when the last changes were made. Fairly productive. I dropped like 3 pounds in 2 days, which
solid.
could be the food
Food
drop, but I
volume.
think it was
Yeah,
probably digestion sorting itself out as well. This week's been a bit of an odd one. It's been like so up and down. So I was like 186 on Monday, and then jumped up to like 189 from digestive
right.
problems, and then it was kind of tapered down a little bit. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be back in like 187, 186. But yeah, feeling pretty lean. I would say like not
Yeah,
like
I saw your
super lean,
shots
but
earlier.
yeah,
It's coming in like your back as well, like lower back.
yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
my
lean.
upper body always comes in fairly quicker than my legs, so it's just a
Yeah,
case of I'm probably going to be my upper body's probably going to be ready for a long time compared to my legs. But yeah, no. To be fair, I'm feeling good. I had one day on Wednesday where I got home from my session and I just was just in the bin. And it was like only an upper session, and I was like, Jesus
wow.
Christ. I had a really busy day at work. Then went in, had a fairly good upper session. And then right, it just the flow of the session unfortunately was a bit broken up just from people on machines and stuff doing
Yeah,
6 sets. Um,
good.
literally. So yeah, obviously I had to like wait and stuff for that, and then right at the end I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pose, and the pose room was taken. So I sat out there for 10, 15 minutes. I was like, I've not seen anyone go in that posing room. And then I kept knocking on the door. No one's no one answered.
I
Anyway,
just sneak in,
mate,
like,
I opened the door and no one was in there.
oh, good. Yeah,
And I was
just
like, Sam,
lost your pump.
yeah, literally Sam. But it's obviously the sign wasn't changed to vacant. Um,
I wish they didn't have the sign on there and it was just a lock,
yeah,
because
yeah,
then you would actually know if there was someone in there and you wouldn't have to peer in to actually see if someone was in there.
yeah, true. Because
It'd be
some
so
people
much
just
easier.
obviously forget to move the sign
Yeah,
away,
which
don't
is
they? So
like everyone probably forgets at some point, but
yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit annoying.
But yeah, I got home, ate my post workout, and just crashed. I was fucked.
Do you find it's just like a the only way I can describe it, and I think only people that are dieting can describe it, is that just haze of just like emptiness almost. It's just like
Yeah, yeah. Literally, I was like watching TV, and I was just like, I just want to go to bed. Like, I don't even want to
yeah,
watch TV right now. I just want to go to bed.
yeah,
Especially like because I get home from the gym, eat, have a shower, get optimal with my blue light blockers and my nose strip, and then I literally sat on the sofa for like 10 minutes and I was like, oh, I could just go to bed.
yeah. What time do you train
About
most
quarter to
days?
five, 5 o'clock.
What time do you get to work?
What time do I start work? Half
Yeah.
seven.
Oh, I was gonna say, could you not get a session in before? But
No,
I
it
mean, it's
wouldn't.
just
I'd be waking up at a silly time.
yeah, like 5 o'clock just to get a session in.
Yeah, and that probably be less productive, right? And there's
Yeah,
also the fact of like Andy. I train with him pretty much every single session, and I'd be taking away a training partner to train in the
yeah,
morning,
true. Yeah,
which
like I cannot train in the evening. Like I'm just not productive. I've done it a couple of times, even when I had high food. I'm just as soon as it
yeah,
hits like 4 p.m., it's not even worth me training. I don't know why, but
yeah. I much prefer on weekends when I can. On Saturdays is like the perfect time. It's about like 12:30, and
yeah,
I usually find that's like where I'm really productive. Like I don't feel any tiredness from the day, and I still feel good. And maybe I can get in a
yeah,
pre-workout as well or whatever, and have a
yeah,
good session. But yeah, midweek sometimes it can be tough, especially if it's legs. Like usually that's the one when I get home and I'm just like, okay, prep my meals for tomorrow, eat, shower, and then I just pass out.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, mate, feeling pretty good. Feeling like I'm
Nice.
getting leaner, so
What
all
about
smooth sailing.
clients? How are they getting on?
Yeah, good. Obviously, you're 6 weeks out, and you're getting on well. I'm really happy with how things are going with you. And then I've got Tom and Owen who are both in prep at the moment, both coming up to 16 weeks out on Sunday.
Nice.
Tom's looking mega.
Yeah, he's gonna look wild.
Yeah, but the thing is with Tom, like he knows this. I've said this to him. He's not going to be the biggest guy on stage, but what he has got is phenomenal conditioning and
Set of
great
wheels on it.
shape and crazy legs as well.
Yeah, yeah. So if the judges are liking that, so
Yeah, so with him, I'm not like overly concerned about him getting in condition just because he can do it. I've seen him do it.
yeah,
Owen, obviously, first time a team, he's getting on really well. He's literally as expected, mate. Like it's nice because I've coached Owen now for 20 weeks,
yeah,
and we had like a 16-week period or before we started prep, or a 17-week period before we started prep, and within that time, I just learnt his body straight away. Like, because
yeah.
we were making so many food adjustments, pushing food up, getting him in a really nice spot, and I think throughout that 17 weeks, he didn't actually gain any weight.
Oh
He
wow.
like he started at like 179, and then we had a period where I gave him his baseline food for the first week, dropped like 4 pounds, and I was like, right, okay, I've given you a baseline food of when we started coaching at like
Yeah,
3,500 calories, and you just drop weight. So
that's
then
mad.
pushed his calories up to like about 4,000 per day. And then yeah, as soon as we pretty much got him in a deficit, super responsive. I think he's chipped off over 10 pounds in 3 weeks at the moment. So
Bloody yeah,
yeah, he's getting along
that's
well,
decent.
and you can visibly see it as well because he's just
Yeah,
getting
I saw
tighter and
him
tighter.
in the gym when I was finishing up my cardio. He was doing his actually on the bike, and you can see it in his face as well. It's coming in already, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just keeping his head on. 'Cause obviously pretty new into it, which
yeah,
I'm sure he'll be fine.
yeah, exactly that. And we started just like 2 check-ins a week as well. So checking in every 3 to 4 days, just because he's a first timer, he's completely new, and I just want to get that communication going. Like,
Yeah,
if there's
and you
any
hadn't
issues,
coached him that long in the grand scheme of things
yeah,
either.
exactly.
Yeah,
So just making sure that he's all good. But to be honest, mate, he literally just nails it. Um,
he's
he's just
strong
one
as
of those
well.
guys who
Like
just
he's
cracks on.
yeah, like he's got a lot of potential there, considering how young he is as well.
Yeah,
He's
mate.
already being coached, and he's already got a sick physique on him. So I
Yeah,
think the prep will help him as well in terms of like we've said before, it will just nail his routine, and then he come out of it, and he'll probably just
skyrocket.
explode. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll do a Toby. He'll literally do a
yeah,
Toby.
yeah.
And mate, Toby looks. Toby
Yeah,
like is so critical on himself, but
he's
I'm
just
like,
large.
he's just such a. He's big, like he's so
Yeah,
round and bubbly as well. And I literally say to him, I'm like, you do realise you're like 20 years old and you're like pretty
Freak.
fucking big, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for your age, I was nowhere close to you when I was 20.
Yeah. Like, probably we could argue that we're both not even close to him now
Yeah,
anyway.
true. Yeah, he's got
Like,
some great body
yeah.
parts.
Yeah, it's
So
mad.
yeah, but it's be a similar type of situation.
Yeah.
And then got Dylan starting prep on Sunday, who would be starting
Very
22 weeks
nice.
out. I saw
He's got
Dylan a couple of weeks
crazy
ago.
strong. I've
Hey,
like some of his stories that he posts up, like his strength has seemingly gone through the roof.
yeah,
So yeah,
he's
he's in a good
he's
spot.
always been like naturally quite strong.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever trained with him, which was probably about 3 years ago now, because I've been coaching him for so long. But yeah, he smoked. We did a push session and he smoked me on everything, and I was like,
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But when I saw him a couple of weeks ago, I always forget how big he is when he takes his top off. Like
Yeah.
when you see
Because
photos
he's
of him on his
tall and large.
yeah, when you see
He's just
photos of him by himself, it's like yeah, that's really impressive. But until you put it in perspective and like someone stands next to him,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah. Like
fucking hell,
when I
so
stand
wide.
next to him, I'm just like, fucking hell, here we go.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't repost those photos.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he's starting prep 22 weeks out on Sunday. So I'm excited to get him going. Again, this is my second prep with him, so I'm really confident with how we're going to nail the prep. He's also just a workhorse, so we've got lessons that we learnt from 2023, so we're just going to apply that to this prep and hopefully nail it for the WMBF Supernaturals. Will be exciting.
Nice. Avengers assemble.
The Avengers are assembling, bro. I'm gonna get a new one of these this year.
Yeah.
Get a
I'll
new one
be
of them.
front and center.
You're going to be there, bro. I might even be able to put my stage photos on there as well.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be
Cool.
sick.
Should we crack on with some questions then?
Let's, because we've waffled for 20 minutes.
Already. We said we are going to get straight into it, and we haven't.
Yeah. Duh. This one is from Jack, Mr. Avid listener. Favorite gym clothes / brands.
MDB coaching.
Yeah, when are you running your next line of those?
I actually don't know, but I've got a few messages, not only from clients, but even a couple of people in the gym when they've seen my like, especially the bring home the glory stuff.
Yeah.
They've been like, "Oh, when you have you got any more of them and stuff?" I'm like, "No, sold out." But I want to do something. It's just what I'm gonna do. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is cool, kind of having your own clothing and stuff in it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's nice to.
That'd be nice.
But you know, what's your favourite gym wear?
Vanquish.
Vanquish.
Yeah. They're up there. They're up there.
Yeah, Vanquish is good.
I used to really like Monster Factory, but I ordered a hoodie from there and it's just shit quality. I don't know whether
Yeah.
they've changed manufacturers, but it was terrible. I sent it back straight away.
Did you?
Not to shit on them or anything, but it was pretty bad. So yeah, probably Vanquish. They do a bit of everything as well, so it's just not that cheap,
Yeah.
which is a shame. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah. I quite like
That's
the I bought an MBW hoodie. That's really nice, like really good
yeah,
quality, quite thick as well. So that's quite nice. But in terms of like, I don't actually wear much apart from my own stuff.
yeah,
Gasp, I suppose Gasp is my
yeah.
one.
Gasp and Better Bodies are pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not
that's
really a fan of wearing like Alpha Elite or Gymshark and stuff like that.
I quite like a lot of Gymshark stuff, like their plain stuff. But I wouldn't really go out of my way to buy it. I wish I liked just how I guess normal sports clothes fit on me, like your Nike things like that. I just hate how they look on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just wish I like that sort of stuff a bit more because I used to wear it all the time. But I put like an Adidas t-shirt on. I'm just like, what is this? Just the
Yeah.
fit is just a bit
It's
off.
horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have it because I'm quite tall and I've got long arms. It's just I can't find oversized
yeah.
tees that.
It comes up
Yeah, they
like here,
literally come up to
and it
here.
makes your arm look smaller as
Yeah,
well.
and I'm like, I want it to go down to my elbow, and
Yeah,
that's why in a lot of the gasp stuff, I think I'm like 2XL.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
literally it's like a tent, but I'm like I prefer how it looks.
yeah. Just tuck
Like
the t-shirt in, it's fine.
yeah, exactly. It's like a dress, but as long as I tuck it in, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
quite
did the same with the Vanquish stuff.
like a an oversized shirt. I wore my oversized shirt today, kind of like a flannel. I like
Yeah,
that sort of vibe.
yeah,
So
it's
I
pretty
might
good.
try and get some more because you can just chuck that on, a vest underneath, bit of both. Cover yourself up, get a pump, whack the
Yeah.
vest out.
What's that brand? Is it like Team Nasty or is it like Hardcore Clothing or something? I can't. Amph
Um,
Bales
and
owns it.
fails, yeah, and
Um, that they do like really cool flannel
yeah.
tops.
I think Explosive Fibers do flannels now as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Explosive
And and
Fibers.
and Gymshark have got their own flannels now. Like everyone's sort of touching on that sort of stuff at the minute.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Explosive
bodybuilding.
Fibers. That's a big shout,
Yeah. Yeah, I
especially
like
their
them.
jogger pants or
Their
whatever they.
bottoms, yeah.
Yeah.
They're decent. Oh, do you know, I think it was quite a few episodes ago, I ordered some stuff from them and they sent me the wrong ones. And they was like, oh, if you send the other ones back, we'll send you the ones that you wanted. I just left it and then they sent them out anyway. So I got an extra pair for nothing.
Jeez, they're gonna come at you now, bro.
I was just because I got a notification the next day saying your order has been shipped, but it didn't say what was on it. So I was just like, I'm just gonna wait before I send these back because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I've got them. And literally 2 days later, they turned up. So I was like, result, three
Oh,
pairs, buy one get one, well, buy two get one free.
yeah. They'll be like so nice on show day as well when you've got a tan on, just putting those black
And
ones on.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
they're like pajamas and they're great.
yeah, they are great, but they're somewhat okay to wear in the gym.
Yeah, I don't mind it to be fair. I
I
don't
think they
mind
look good. It's just I wouldn't wear them probably, to
to the
walk around in
shops.
public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got one lot, and they're not like that kind of plasticky. They're a bit more like, I guess, pajama material, just cotton. And I do sometimes go to the shops in those, but I wouldn't with like the camo ones or the normal stripy ones 'cause
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just a bit weird.
You look like you just got out of bed.
I do most of the time, to be fair.
Okay, I've got a question from Billy Cummings, Big Billy.
Big Billy,
Great to have him on the podcast last week.
how was
Um,
the samples they gave you?
this is his question. Have you tried
Oh,
the perform samples? I've got Denny some too.
yeah, I messaged him, or he messaged me the other day, and I was like, oh, sort me out with those. So I don't know when I'll see him because I don't actually see him in the gym. So we'll have to cross paths in some way. I think he
So,
might actually live near to me. Maybe I'll just
oh,
go knock
you
on
go
his door.
trip round Billy's to grab some wine.
Billy, I'm coming to your house.
Speaking of it, have you seen they've done the Dubai chocolate perform now? And
Baklava. Is it baklava?
yeah,
Is that how you
yeah,
say it?
baklava, yeah.
What is that?
It's like a Turkish. Well, I might be completely wrong here. So anyone who's listening, you can correct me in the comments. But I believe it's a Turkish dessert,
Because it just looks like pastry. Like,
mate. They are so good. I remember when I was a
oh,
kid and I
really?
went to Turkey, I slammed them. Probably while I was a fat kid.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Anyway, to do with the samples, no, Billy, I haven't been brave enough to risk a meal for one yet. I'm going to be honest. Initial thoughts, the bacon one is creeping me out. Um, just because he literally gave it to me, and he's giving me in zip ups as well, and I could smell it through the zipper, and I could smell it in the gym, like when I was in my bag.
It's
I was
like a
like,
bag
oh,
of frazzles.
I was like, yeah, it literally smells like a bag of Frazzles, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I can even mix that with because a lot of my ways I don't just neck it, I put it with something.
Yeah, same.
So I don't know if like I want to risk like a
Why
cream
don't
of
you
rice
make your
meal.
cream of rice? Because that's flavored. Make like a paste out of it. Taste it. If you like it, put it on your cream of rice. If not, leave it.
Yeah, but usually I mix my whey into my cream of rice.
Oh, you're not a whey paste man.
I don't whey paste it. I do when it's cold, but when it's
Okay.
warm, I mix it in. Um, but yeah, I will try and Billy, and I will give you a story tag when I do. I need to get, gather the courage yet to actually try it and risk a meal with it.
Yeah,
Um,
they are a bit strange.
cool. I've
What
got a
else?
question from the Dandelion, Josh Dandy.
You
Uh,
got
best thing the gym slash bodybuilding has taught you about life.
long-term investment and confidence
Yeah, yeah,
for me personally. Like specifically the confidence thing. Like I put a reel up the other day and like it's so true. Like if I hadn't got into, I mean, maybe it would be different, but had I not got into physique development, if that's what we're calling it, I'd still be the shy, really, really awkward, not talking to anyone kind of person. And it just brings you out of your shell, in my opinion. Like
yeah,
it allows you to kind of be proud of what you've done, so therefore confidence comes up as a byproduct. So yeah, for me, it develops you, and obviously it's that long term thing, and it teaches you in other aspects, so whether that be saving money, relationship, career, you know that long-term investment is
Yeah.
going to pay off.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. Like long-term investment probably coincides with what I was going to say, which is like just consistency.
Yeah,
You know, like you're going to have points in your physique development where things are not going to go as great, and it's the same as whatever in life, like work,
yeah,
business, relationships. There's going to be ups and downs, peaks and troughs, and I think it's exactly the same. But if as long as you stay consistent, keep putting in the hard work, it does pay off. And I think that's one thing
yeah,
that bodybuilding taught me.
definitely, definitely. Big Dylan C fitness. You have 5 years to double the load on an exercise. Which exercise are you progressing? Double the load.
Ooh, probably like a shitty tricep extension or something.
Yeah, it's got to be a little isolation, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Like could you double a lateral raise? Maybe on a
maybe
machine,
if I just
maybe.
tossed it about,
I
just fucking jumped whilst I done it.
don't know. A dumbbell preacher curl.
I could not curl over 30 kilos.
Yeah, I
Like
just
pop a bicep.
yeah, I see people doing that in the gym. I'm just like, no, like it
Yeah,
just triggers me. That I don't know why. Like it's no different to technically a plate loaded preacher, but just a dumbbell. It just looks risky, in
I
my
do it
opinion. Do you?
with a bench.
Nah.
The heaviest I can go is 17s, but I've actually dropped it down to 15s now.
Yeah, I just feel it like in my tendon. I don't feel it
Yeah.
anywhere else.
See, I really like it. I connect well with it. So
Yeah,
it's
not a
weird.
fan. Not a
But
fan.
yeah, no, it is. I was a bit skeptical when I first done it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably like a tricep push down or some sort of bicep curl. It's the only reasonable one that you probably could. You're not doubling your deadlift anytime soon, are you?
No, I'm not pulling over 400 kilos. Um, yeah, no, it's going to be some shitty like isolation exercise, isn't it?
Yeah, calf raise.
Yeah. Uh, got another question from Josh Dandy. Who wins 1 billion lions versus the sun?
The sun.
I think the sun wins that. They get cooked, bro.
Yeah, like even if there was 20 billion of them, as soon as they get close, they're
Yeah.
burning. They can't breathe in space anyway, so. Uh,
Fantastic.
fantastic question. We got another one. Thoughts on the benefits of using creatine? This is from Jack again. And if you're using what dosages? Question mark. So yes, take it first of all. I'd say a minimum of 5 grams is all you need, but there is some newer research anywhere between kind of 8 and 14 grams to have cognitive benefits in terms of it actually repairing brain cells. So you could argue it's a bit of a nootropic if that's where you want to kind of land it. I've always taken like 8 grams daily. That's just before that kind of research come out as well. So brain gains and all that. Maybe that's why my hair's falling out. Um, but yeah, it's cheap. It's probably the most researched supplement. I know that's a bit of a cop out answer because people just say that all the time. They're like, "Oh, it's most researched to take it," without actually knowing anything about it. But yeah, you, I, I don't know whether it's placebo, but if I don't take it, which has not been for a while, I've always consistently taken it. There's been a period where I didn't take it for a couple of months, reintroduced it, and I just feel a lot fuller because obviously it's pulling water into the muscle bellies as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nail on the head there. I think as well, like another thing that people, this is a bit nuanced, but you can actually use it within peak weeks as well to drive more muscle fullness. So
Yeah,
a lot of people, like maybe a day out or 2 days out, will actually utilize creatine with their meals to try and pull a little bit more water, especially if you're doing a little bit of water manipulation. Trying to draw as much of that water intracellularly into the muscle. So yeah, it is a great supplement. I've taken it for years. I
yeah,
personally take 10 grams,
yeah,
but that's just because it's a nice round number for me.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, it's a scoop and a half for me, so it's probably anywhere between 7 to 10 grams, really,
yeah. I mean,
realistically.
I don't really weigh it. Do you? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I do if it's a new brand that I buy, just because sometimes it's a bit finer or
yeah,
the
yeah,
scoop's a different size. So I will do in like maybe the first few days, but once I know roughly what it is, I'll gauge it off there.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I would highly advise for people to take
and
that.
go with monohydrate. Don't buy any of the fancy flavored
Oh yeah,
shit
the
because
crappy ones.
you're just paying out just expensive squash at that point.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
bother. Mr. James likes it hard. Linford,
My guy.
my guy. He's on everyone's podcast still. He's
Yeah,
such a little slut.
scumbag.
Little
Scumbag.
slut. But I appreciate your question. So he says, if you weren't bodybuilding, what hobby slash sport do you think you'd be doing? I wouldn't probably because I'm terrible
Football.
at my sports. I'm just really average at most things. So I guess we can include bodybuilding in that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Hobby, literally, I don't know. Probably gaming. I'd probably still be gaming pretty hard.
Yeah, I think
Which,
mine would probably be football.
yeah,
But I wasn't great at football, to be honest.
yeah,
I didn't play football well, but I'd probably get into some type of like management of football or something.
yeah. Maybe badminton. I quite like badminton. I was quite good at that at school. It's a bit sus, but I was quite good at it.
Badminton.
Yeah, mate. I don't look it, but I was pretty good at it.
Oh, play.
Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of things that I was actually half decent at because I'm pretty shit at football. I was good at rounders.
Yeah. Um,
Table tennis, I'm good at that.
I suppose what are your hobbies outside of bodybuilding? Because you'd probably look to
I mean,
do
it's
something
all
there
kind of nerdy reading shit and podcasts,
all about
rock
bodybuilding.
climbing. Although last time I went rock climbing, I blew my knee out, so I won't be doing
Yeah,
that for a
yeah.
while. I mean, I enjoy watching a lot of mixed martial arts, UFC. I've got quite into it again over the last 6 months, so probably would dabble into that and get choked out quite quickly.
Okay, I got a question from Paul Kendrick. Um, if ye had to pick three, he put ye had. If ye
Yeehaw.
had, if ye had to pick three toppings for a juicy burger, what would it be? Paul, that's such a harsh question.
Oh,
We're
that's
both
a
in
great
prep.
question. Three toppings for the burger. Okay. Cheese is a must.
Yeah,
Bacon
bacon. Yeah,
and jalapenos.
crispy onions.
Nah,
What about sauce? We ain't got any sauce, bro.
that's separate. That's separate.
Is that not classed as a topping then?
Yeah, it's not a topping.
Mine would be exactly the same. Just get rid of your jalapenos and put some crispy onions in there. Decent.
Nice.
Can't say I'm craving it though.
I mean, I could do with a Domino's pizza. Well, that would fix a lot of things. But
For
yeah,
like
like
10 seconds, then you'd be like, "Fuck."
yeah, it's up. Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
I'd be like, "Shit." Watch your digestion for the next few days
Yeah,
just a bit.
I'd be shitting myself then, that's for sure.
Yeah, literally. Okay, now we're going to get onto the questions that everyone loves, the Andrew T. Maxwell questions.
Oh
And to be
God.
fair, he's been fairly reserved. I think he heard on the last podcast that my mum watches this, so he's probably taming himself out a little bit. Favorite shop? Question mark. Not supermarket or restaurant.
Shop.
Whoa, that's what shop do you go in a lot? That
I mean, one that I could spend a lot of money in would be like flannels.
yeah,
Zara. I quite like Zara.
Zara's good.
A shoe shop for trainers. Um, yeah, a supplement shop.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of like how many shops I actually go into, and it's not a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm just supermarket and gym.
Yeah, and then Amazon basically.
Yeah, shop.
Yeah, I can't really think of any of the shops that I would
Yeah,
go into. His second question is Bourneville or Marmite?
neither.
Marmite.
Yeah. Bourneville's just shit.
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's really bad dark chocolate.
Really bad
Consider
dark chocolate.
it's really bad. It's just terrible. I don't like Marmite either, so I guess we're going with the chocolate because it's chocolate.
I like Marmite, but you have to microdose it. You can't be slamming. You can't have four bits
Microdose.
of toast with all Marmite. You
Uh,
have to
when
have
when I
one
was
bit of
little,
toast.
like in primary school, maybe even preschool, nursery, my mum used to make me Marmite sandwiches, and I used to go in the bin every day. I hated it.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
when I was in nursery, I used to have ketchup and cheese sandwiches.
Optimal nutrition right there.
How jank
Ketchup.
is that? I couldn't think of anything worse now than eating ketchup and
Oh
cheese.
man.
But yeah,
Yeah,
we used to
that's
have ketchup and cheese sandwiches. I was at nursery.
mm,
He said, if you could only blend slash drink your meals, could you handle it?
most of them, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Chicken and rice with like veg would be pretty rough.
Chicken and sweet potato. Get a little bit of sweetness to it.
Oh, I don't know. That'd be pretty. I wouldn't want to blend chicken.
Yeah. Some people do that though. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, just put
Just
whey
eat
in
it.
it.
Just
Just put
eat it.
or just have whey. Like
Yeah,
have
yeah,
whey in fruit.
yeah. Like, why? Just why? Yeah.
I couldn't blend like beef mince, bro.
Oh no, that's yeah.
Like beef mince, asparagus, and rice. I think I'll pass on
Yeah.
that. Thanks.
I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. It's at least not like raw ingredients.
I
I'm
suppose
assuming.
it would taste the same, right? Like
Yeah, it's just liquidy and a bit.
yeah, you'd have to put water with it as
Just
well.
fry it off afterwards. Just give it a bit of
Make it a
taste, like a
pancake.
pancake. Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah,
Don't.
like your sweet meals, yeah, of course. Like blend up some oats, some whey, and cream of
Yeah,
rice, some
cream
whey,
rice. Yeah.
some Greek yogurt.
That's
Yeah,
cereal.
I don't really have. I can't remember the last time I had cereal.
Oh. Yeah, I could probably get away with blending cereal
What's
into
your favorite cereal?
chocos. Like Cocoa Pops, like the shell ones. Like,
Yeah, mine would probably just be Cocoa Pops.
yeah, Cocoa Pops are good, but I found the chocos better and slightly less calories as well.
Okay,
So yeah,
these are very tame from Andy.
yeah, he's roasting me on this next question.
Okay.
You couldn't use blue light blockers, supplements, cuffs, or moon boots. Retire? Question mark.
It's all right. You can still go for a sad walk.
Yeah, I can still go for a sad walk with my sad lamp. What else could I have? Denny's opened a can. Ugh,
Oh
that's a
God.
terrible box to open, mate.
What about your nose strips? You can have those.
Optimal.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I keep saying it and I keep raving about it, but I actually fucking love my nose strips. Unreal.
I feel like I can breathe fine.
Yeah,
Obviously, I've
not
never
till you
tried
get
them.
when you get a nose strip on, bro. You're like, God, that's what it's like to have a working nose. Like mine's not that bad, but still
Maybe
unreal.
I'll give them a go.
Anyway, Andy, no, I wouldn't retire if I couldn't do that. I'm just doing these things to gain very minor percentages because I just want it so bad.
To anabolic scanners, supplements.
Yes. Then we're both retiring. We're both out of this. We're both just fake natties anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Disclaimer: we're both natty.
Yeah.
Just in
You did
case any
NBA, we're
Federation's
both natty.
watching.
Oh Christ. He's also asked whose pet would win in a fight to the death.
Mine,
Yeah, yours.
all day.
It's a cat versus a dog. Like
It's a
to be
tank.
fair, does
No,
it matter on like fighting ground?
what do you mean?
Because in the past I've had both cats and dogs in the same house when I was living at my dad's, and our cat would absolutely mangle our dogs, right?
What dogs
Because
were they?
we had a bull terrier, we had a boxer,
Okay.
and I can't remember the other one, like what type of dog it was, but
No,
it would
Daisy's
absolutely
winning.
mangle the dog.
Let me. If I've got a recent picture where she's looking.
I think Daisy would have it. Like, don't get me wrong, my money would be on Daisy. But let's say there's, I don't know, like high ground for the cat to jump on, and the dog's just jumping up and the cat's just swiping at the dog. At some point, that dog's gonna get fucked.
Lose an eye.
Yeah. So I think
Uh,
my money's on a dog, but I
yeah.
don't know. My Baz is pretty wise, bro.
I don't know whether the look at
You're putting some of your test in her.
there you go.
Jesus Christ.
Look at the striations on the legs.
She's leaner than me.
Yeah, she's like 2 weeks out. She probably eats more protein than me as well.
Yeah. Do you have her on raw food?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like eggs, egg yolks, eggshells, chicken, salmon oil, veg, apples.
Jeez.
She loves it.
Wonderful. I put Baz and Belle on the raw food, and they had it. The first time they had it, they absolutely loved it, right? And they actually started like growling at each other because they didn't want each other to eat theirs.
Okay.
And then literally the day after, I put down a bit of raw food for them. They just didn't even eat it.
Touch
And
it.
then I used to come down in the morning, it'd just be raw food just in the bowl
Yeah.
still, and I was like,
It starts to smell, doesn't it? So
yeah, and I was like, what the
yeah,
fuck? So I've just changed it back to Whiskers wet food, even though it's not the greatest for them. It's just like if that's what they want, they can have it.
exactly. Keeps them happy.
Yeah, exactly that. But yeah, Andy, my money's on Denny's dog. Thanks. um, Josh has asked if you could be any hero or villain, who would it be?
Hero or villain? I'd take oof, Superman or Wolverine.
I think Deadpool would be pretty.
Yeah, but he's ugly.
Yeah, he's ugly without the mask. You're literally indestructible, bro.
Yeah, yeah, but Superman's up there. To be fair, no,
Yeah,
no
you get
one's
a bit
really,
of kryptonite though, and you're
no
crying.
one's walking around with kryptonite these days, are
I might be if I'm Deadpool.
they?
If I'm Deadpool, I'm walking around with kryptonite.
Yeah, no, it'll be out of the two universes, if that's what we're calling them. Um, Superman or Wolverine.
Wolverine's
Just because
cool.
Wolverine's cool.
Yeah, Wolverine is cool. Who's your like favorite like hero? Was you a Marvel or DC guy?
Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel. Yeah.
Grew up playing like all the Spider-Man games or watching all the Spider-Man films. So probably Spider-Man being the favorite,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I
because
was the same.
he's up there.
Yeah, I watched the new Captain America film.
Yeah, I'm yet to watch that. I watched the new Venom the other day, or
Yeah.
the newer Venom.
Yeah.
It's alright.
They've just gone downhill, haven't they? Like since Endgame, they've just gone
Yeah,
completely
it's
downhill.
like they're just making them for the sake of it. So I'm hoping the next run of the next phase, I think they're calling it, which has quite a few new films coming out for this year, at the end of this year and next year.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously you've got what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. has come back as is it
Doom.
Doom? How?
Well,
Why?
it's going to be like a part of the multiverse, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't use your main character to then come back as a villain. It
Yeah,
just
but I
doesn't.
suppose would there be any like confusion as well of people thinking, oh, that's Iron Man, and then it's actually
It's
Doom.
like having Bane, so Tom Hardy, then suddenly be Batman.
What a film that was, by the way.
Like it would just not make sense. You'd be like, why is Tom Hardy now Batman?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just a bit weird.
that's a great. Those Batman films were
Oh yeah,
they
brilliant.
were
Yeah.
unreal. Hans
Yeah.
Zimmer as well in that one.
Yes. Good old Huns.
Yeah, but yeah, if I could be any hero or villain, I quite liked Iron Man. I thought that was cool. Do you know my favourite scene out of all the Iron Man films is when he blows up that big desert camp and it's just AC/DC in the background. That
Yeah.
what a
Is
scene
that
that is.
that's the first Iron Man, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he's
what a
in
scene that
the
is.
cave.
Um, yeah, probably like Iron Man. I quite liked that whole saga, that whole phase.
Yeah. I like the early Hulks. We had what's his name? Banner. Obviously the actor Banner, not
Yeah,
Bruce Banner. Is it
yeah,
Eric Banner?
yeah. Eric Banner.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've redone a lot of them, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Constantly redoing the same thing, really. Do you see Disney redid Snow White and it absolutely tanked
No.
because the girl was like a woke girl,
Oh no. They're going down that route, are they?
and apparently that it completely changed the storyline, and it was all about like I don't know this
They
rather
them.
than I'm trying to be really careful how I phrase this as well, because I don't want to sound so basically I think it was more about like her route to empowerment rather than like the typical love story, which
Yeah.
everyone was kind of expecting. Oh, it's going to be like the Lion King remake, where it's like the same story but a little bit like. But no, they've just completely changed the whole.
It was just very 2025 and woke.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think the actress who played it was like making loads of comments and stuff, and it cost Disney like 100 million or something to produce this film, and it's absolutely bombed.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
That's why you don't go with what's popular,
yeah,
and I'll leave it at
yeah.
that.
Just stick to the grassroots of
Exactly. It's what people are watching it for.
yeah. Right, let me quickly change over to the Natty Blueprint page. We've got Roshin has asked winner predictions for FIBO from men's physique, classic, and bodybuilding. Well, I have I came to this podcast prepared.
Hey, I'm glad you did because I'm
It's,
not going to know those.
uh, let's see if this loads. I'm trying, by the way, at the moment. This is taking a while. So, for FIBO bodybuilding, we have got some pretty heavy hitters in here, which is quite exciting. Um, the main ones that stick out to me are Sasan, Andrew Jacked, and Sergio. Now,
I'm not that well versed in that end of the
I
bodybuilding.
don't know a lot. I probably should know a lot of these names, but I don't. Lewandowski, he's come from Barcelona to do the FIBO.
Hey, good
Jesus,
old Lower.
he's taking up his hat tricks at Barca to come do a bodybuilding stuff. My guy.
um,
Um,
yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
so
I
I
mean,
think
the top comment there is top three: Andrew, Sass, and Yosef. So that's my
yes,
top
that's
three.
not a bad
I go with
shout.
that person.
Is this how actual tags, or is it just going to be? Yes, I'm gonna. If Sergio can bring in a good look, I'm gonna go Andrew, Sergio, Sass. But I haven't seen Sergio on stage in a while. And did you see Sassan on the Detroit Pro?
No.
Mate, he looked unreal. Like really, really cut out. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go Andrew, Sass, Sergio. In terms of the other guys, I know Alex Kent's competing again.
Yep.
Um, um, this that Valentin, that's that Bulgarian guy.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'd like to see Alex do well. He got fourth, didn't he, last time?
yeah, I'd like to if he could break into a top three. What a season that would be!
Yeah, definitely.
Especially such a big show as well. But unfortunately, I don't think I know a lot of these
No,
guys.
not sure.
No, all I can
We'll
say is
see.
I hope Alex does well.
Yeah, bring it
Um,
home for the UK.
yeah, and then physique, I wouldn't know. I'd say that's more your ground, but I think we follow more the natural side than this
Yeah,
side when it comes to physique.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that was my preparation. I gave you a top three of bodybuilding. That's it.
There we go.
Oh, funny.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's who I'd probably say.
me.
Uh, Dylan, Big Dylan has asked life goals outside of training slash competing.
I looked at this question and I semi-prepped myself for what I was going to say. Life goals would just, it sounds pretty hippie, not hippie, but pretty boring, but just to have a nice, happy, settled family and a quiet life. That's mine.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Pretty standard, isn't it?
I think, are we excluding like coaching and stuff from this as well?
I think so.
Yeah, so we'd completely take away bodybuilding. Um, I would like to have more property, and I would like to travel more as well.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to spend an extended period of time in US or Australia.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I realized last year because I didn't go to any shows last year because I didn't have any clients competing. But because I was able to go on quite a few holidays during the show season and during summer, I kind of got a bit of an itch for holidays now,
Yeah,
like city breaks and just experiencing different cultures and stuff. So yeah, definitely probably do more of that. I want to do like Thailand. I want to do the US as well. I think me and Kate are planning to do that either next year or the year after. Is do like 2 weeks in the US.
nice.
Basically, do LA, Vegas, New York.
Yeah, I'd like to go to New York.
Yeah, try to do like all of them in like 2 weeks, which might be a bit harsh. And I'm gonna have to leave Vegas till last because I will need to come home after I've been to Vegas, I think.
Yes, definitely.
um, yeah, that's all I can really think of. Like, just obviously a family as well at some point, but I'm still fairly young to think like that.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a few years on you now, so
What's your like age where you think you'll want a kid by?
mid-30s.
Mid 30s, yeah. So that's the same for me.
6 years away.
Yeah, because I got 10 years yet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. And yeah, travel.
I
Or
actually don't think as well.
even just not be in the UK as my residence. That's kind of up there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd
Which,
want to move away from the UK for good though.
yeah,
I think like I've got a good group of people around me, and I live close to my parents, and
yeah,
I don't see the the bigger picture of moving to a completely different country apart from just
yeah,
loads of travel back all the time
yeah.
to see
See, for me,
people.
it's just to open up a whole different avenue because I feel like from my end, in terms of like my family structure and the people around me, it's all everyone's very safe. And I kind of want to risk a little. Just if I hate it, I hate it. I can always come back. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
No, that would be cool, like to just experience different
yeah, even
places.
just like a year in Australia and be like, right, I'm just spending one whole year in Australia. If something happens from it, it happens. If not, at least I can say I spent a year in Australia.
And get
However, the
bitten
visa
by a
works
snake.
in that regard. I haven't actually looked into it. Probably should.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
bitten by a snake
Nah.
or a spider. What are you in?
Be Spider-Man.
That's the only thing that puts me off going to Australia. Snakes and
Apparently,
spiders.
it's not nearly as bad as what people make out. But
My
I've got
So funny enough, my parents lived in Australia for 10 years, and I can actually get an Australian passport because they were residents there. So I do have the option to just go and live in Australia,
Mate,
but
why are you not doing that?
because I don't like snakes, bro.
Grow up.
I ain't
It's
going to a
Australia.
place where there's loads of snakes.
You don't just like get off the plane and then like there's literally snakes on a plane. I don't know if you've seen
I
that
reckon
film.
that's going to be literally the train, the plane journey there is literally snakes on a plane.
Samuel Jackson just sat next to you.
That's honest. Do you know what? I've said this so many times to people. That's literally my worst fear, and like I hate that film because it couples two of my worst fears:
Oh,
heights and snakes.
it's a great film. It's shit, but it's a great film.
It's terrible. Like the
It's great.
concept of it is terrible. It didn't what actually happened? They got given like a gas or something, or it made the snakes like really.
It was the reef things because they were going to Hawaii. I think the flowers. There was a pheromone in that made all the snakes go absolute bananas because there was a crate and they were transporting snakes. I think that's I haven't watched it in a long time. And the pheromone in the flowers sent all the snakes crazy. They all escaped and started killing everyone. Pretty unrealistic, but
Yeah, still my worst fear. Oh, mate, imagine if you like I don't know, because you see pictures and people open their toilets and there's a snake like curled up in the toilet.
Yeah.
No.
Or
And
like
my
underneath
dad's told me
underneath
stories.
the car door handle, like people check them first because there's like a
The trash
deadly
of it.
spider underneath it or something. And you like put your hand in it, get bitten, and then you're dead.
Yeah, why would you want to put yourself in that situation? Obviously, like, look, Australia wasn't designed to be habitated by humans, right?
Yeah, or at least white folk anyway.
Yeah, but it was meant to be there for the animals. Let's keep it that way. Yeah, we don't need to go venturing off to. It's like that Snake's Island. Have you seen that?
No.
There's like an island. There's like an island which is literally just full of snakes.
Oh, good. Well, we'll put you there. See how you get
Mate,
on.
I wouldn't come back. I'm dead. So it's actually illegal to go to Snake's Island.
Oh wow. Whereabouts is it? What part of
It's in
the
Brazil.
world? Brazil. It's
Uh,
near where my origin is, believe it or not.
what Brazil?
Well, family is, I say family, dad's side is French Guyana, which is near Brazil. Not Guyana, but French Guyana,
Yeah, look.
which is pretty, oh wow. Yeah, we might be going there.
For its abundant snakes, hence the name Snake's Island. Yeah,
So, French Guyana is, it actually borders Brazil. So,
nice.
it's
I've been to
brown part.
Brazil. I kite surfed in Brazil.
Yeah. Did you see any snakes?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't go to Snake's Island, funny enough. Oh dear.
Uh,
Cool. Should we wrap this one up then?
Indeed, I've got a call in a bit anyway, so
Nice. Yeah, I've got
wrap
a
it
call
up.
in a while. Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to episode 20 of the Natty Blueprint podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And we will see you for episode 21 next, hopefully with a guest if we can
We
get
will.
him.
We'll get someone on.
I
Yeah.
know who we're going to have on.
Mr.
Mr. Millington, hopefully,
Yeah,
which would be
hopefully.
a great episode. All right,
Yes.
guys, we'll catch you in a bit. Cheers.